We know each other. He's a friend from work.
Hell yes, I get to ride the dragon.
What the hell's wrong with you people?
I know Kung Fu.
Tank, you want to switch? No, I'm good. I got it.
Stay down. I could do this all day.
If you had to transform into one mythical creature and then get married to a different mythical creature.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Maximum effort. How about a magic trick?
HR.
Not an animal.
HR. Is HR.
Somebody call HR down here.
That man is playing Gallagher.
Welcome to the Nerds from Work, your weekly escape into the world of geeks, nerds, and apparently an Instagram following that has grown a whopping 0.5 in the last 10 days. Bam, bam, bam. That,
0.5.
Yeah, you grow 0.5 because you get like 10 people who are fake that are like, yo, love your stuff, check out my shoes. Right. And they immediately don't follow you anymore.
So many of those.
Yeah. Or like, yo, you seem like a good man who would like to date Russian models.
How did you?
We're a show.
How did you guess?
What the hell? There's a website for that.
I know. I'm pretty sure I talked about it.
Russian something, probably. But anyway, I'm Jason Miller, a host of The Nerds from Work. With me, as always, I've got Josh Tankersley.
What up, what up, what up?
Ruik Bajay.
Hey.
And Brandon Miller.
Hello.
I was thinking about this the other day. I have not done like a roll call like that in so long. I was like, man, have I done one? Like, do I even know their names anymore? Really, that was a test to myself to see if I still knew who you guys were. And I'm surprised that I know my own brother's name.
You know.
But before we go any further, well, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Oh,
Anyone sipping on Corona over there? No? Okay.
No, I wish.
Damn it, Naru. I thought you had a Coke or something, and then we were going to play it off on the audio. Like,
I didn't. Sorry.
Oh, we're all so cool.
Dude, I'm lucky I could find this cup since we moved. Like, seriously.
Brandon is drinking the official beer of Dungeons and Day Drinkers.
Pub beer.
It says pub beer, lager, cheap fun.
Basically, that is exactly Dungeons and Day Drinkers.
There's a bar up here, and on the sign behind the bar or whatever, where it says what's on draft, it's like local taps or whatever, blah blah blah, has all this shit, and then there's one that just said cheap, and under it says pub beer.
That's it.
That's awesome.
So I will say this about my brother. My wife thought I was like the cheapest man on earth. Right? Oh my gosh. Like Jason goes and he turns a $5 box at Taco Bell into 2 meals. Like, oh my God, he's being smacked. But then my wife got tickets for us to go see a Queen tribute band, and she didn't know Brandon was going to be there. So she goes and gets a ticket for Brandon. Bless you, Naru.
Excuse me.
She gets a ticket for Brandon. We all go see this concert. And we all go up to the bar, and we get beer, and Brandon goes, excuse me, what is the cheapest beer you have? And they're like, well, we have this. He goes, no. Not what tastes the cheapest. What literally is the cheapest? And they're like, what? And he goes, wow. And it's like, it's a packed concert, and like the band is going, and Brandon is like yelling at this bartender, like, what is the cheapest beer you have? And she was like, did he really ask that? I was like, yeah, he did. I told you. The cheapness levels go Brandon, Joe Miller, then me. Like, I'm the bottom. I'm like the big spender.
It's still a sliding scale. Like, it's all you gotta take it all in context. You might be the big spender in your family, but
I mean, there's also things he might not spend on.
The Millers are like all the way over here. Average Americans are like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm the big spender, and like I'll get a $5 box to myself, but then Brandon will be like, no, you're doing the math wrong, Jason. Let me get 2 bean burritos for $1.29, and then take the onions out, which will save me 45 cents.
I used to be pounding shit up at Taco Bell. Just ask, can I get a water cup? I'm for sure putting Baja Blast in it, but can I?
It's that Gulf of Mexico water, dog.
How do you handle shopping? Like, is that a thing that catches you? Like, are you cheap when you shop, or you go for what you want?
I work for Adidas. You think I shop?
He's like, what do we have in this break room? Oop, Doritos, taking those home. Like, put a Coke in each pocket before I walk out.
Shoes, everything. I'm just like, oh, I can get those? Sick. I'll take my size? Cool. I'll take that.
I just so happen to make these in my size. Weird. See you later.
I have done that before.
That's awesome.
Disclaimer that probably no one fucking cares about. At New Balance, the sandals, I created the shape of the sandal, and I made it the shape of my foot. So
I love how he looked over his shoulder when he said it. He was like,
yeah, I was like, oh,
New Balance?
There's a camera over there.
Let me...
Yeah, so it's like the perfect shape of like how my toes are and how my foot is. It's pretty funny.
That's awesome.
All right, so other than like Big Brother listening to what we should or shouldn't be taking from the workplace, I work from home, so that makes it even harder for me. Fuck. Anyway, what have you guys been up to? Tank.
I have not been up to a whole lot. Honestly, we played Dungeons and Day Drinkers this weekend, which is always a good time.
New show alert.
New show alert.
Considered new anymore?
Right. I mean, the first chapter is officially done.
Old show alert.
The new chapter starts tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. So check
really,
that out.
if you want to jump in and like watch it, now would be the time because you can binge the whole first. The whole first chapter, which is a sitting, like one.
So,
which is
I'll explain it to people who don't play Dungeons and Dragons. Each chapter is going to be one episode, pretty much. Like if you're watching a television show, you know, you have like one adventure is going to be each chapter. So if you want to wait, you know, every other week we're putting out one section of a chapter. And then how many sections are in each chapter, Tank?
It depends. The first one was 4 parts.
And this next one will probably be 4 too, right?
Between 3 and 4. This one doesn't seem quite as long as the first one.
So, you know, once we get the whole chapter out, you can binge that entire chapter, and that will be a complete adventure. I don't want to say a complete story because, you know, obviously you have a whole book, but in each chapter, it's going to complete that small arc. So,
and so what's up, Brandon?
I say we, senorita.
Yeah. So, otherwise, man, coronavirus has me working from home, which is pretty dope.
Just so we're clear, did you not work from home normally?
No, remember when I got this new job in December, I went back to an office.
I forgot. That's true.
Yeah, and so, but
how's it for you?
Yeah, so the short version is there's people that, because of their job, are required to be in that office. And so to try and make sure they don't get sick, anyone who doesn't have to be there is working from home, which not mad about. So yeah, I mean, what else have I haven't done anything else. Like I've done a little doodling. I've done, a lot of Dungeons and Dragons.
So speaking of coronavirus, I do my weekly drives on Monday and Tuesday, right? Yesterday I was down in like Canton area and I passed a Waffle House. It was early in the morning. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to go grab a coffee. So I went and got coffee instead of going to a Waffle House. My wife just read off. She goes, oh, there's coronavirus at some Waffle House waitress in Canton. And I was like, oh, shit.
Dodged a bullet. Dude, Jason.
Damn, those hash browns didn't need them that bad.
Jason, you'll laugh. You'll especially, and Brandon, you'll get a special laugh out of this. I saw a thing online the other day, and it says if you ever went to Sun Valley Beach, the coronavirus, you'll be fine from the coronavirus.
That's true, though. That's true, though.
Especially if you drank the water at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you dude. So I've got this thing, right? And I want everyone to know, like, yes, I was in the Marine Corps, and my job was based around, like, I spent 90% of my time in water. Okay, and because I was at Sun Valley Beach, every time I come out of the water, I spit immediately. And then, like, so in the Marine Corps, they're like, don't do that. Like, when you come out of the water, you need to be like, stealth, don't spit. So then I just learned to spit down my lip because it was like, ooh, what the. gross. Like, yeah, Sun Valley beach water. Yes, I'm immune to
Right.
coronavirus.
That would be
swine
hilarious
flu.
if you got shot because the snipers are checking the water and you're the only one who spat the water. Oh,
Like a fucking fountain. It's
Yeah,
a
take out the
habit,
baby from
dude.
the
Like I
water.
come out of the water, spitting. Like
I do the same
Dude.
shit.
yeah, it's like.
There's concerts. That's why I don't like swimming in pools either.
Well, have you ever like come out of the water next to someone and spit on them?
Yeah,
And
that's
they're
why I don't like
really-
swimming in pools because I feel like disgusting that the other people see me constantly spitting.
Yeah, right.
I like swim in the ocean or something. And then it's
Like I turn my
Spit all
body.
you want.
Like when I'm in a public area, I'm like, all right, back. And my in-laws have a pool, and they just kind of look at me like, "Why are you spitting in our pool?"
like that's
Y'all-
that really
y'all ain't cleaning
is
it.
legitimately one of the reasons why I don't really swim that much. Like put my face underwater and stuff is super embarrassing when people call you out for like in public for like just fucking spitting in a pool that like kids are swimming in or whatever. And I'm like, but like usually I just chill. Now I'm just like, I'll just get a drink, sit by the pool, whatever. I don't really swim
I
anymore.
like to point out people that I know pee in the pool.
I'm also one of those people.
Are you spitting? That guy's peeing. So, like, look at his face. Look at him. Look at him as he's walking towards that jet.
Yeah, mark your territory.
What have you been up to, Brandon?
I like the other folks been playing D&D. I've actually picked up cartography, which is
Dude.
map drawing.
Okay, nice, dude.
It looks dope.
It's really fucking hard.
Yes.
And then like I did my first like couple like drafts or whatever, and I was hyped on them. And then in true Brandon fashion, after I look at it for like a day, I'm like, dude, this fucking sucks. I'm gonna throw this shit away and start over. And then I do that. Or like I nitpick something. Like I drew some mountains, which at first I was like, man, these mountains are tight. And then like later I'm like, plate tectonics, mountains would be more in a range, and these don't necessarily they're not ranged. I kind of want to like replace where they are. So yeah. And then Alex will be like, it looks good. I don't know what you're even talking about. And I'm like, you don't know plate tectonics? Like,
In this fantasy world that we totally made up.
oh, dude, I am literally making up plate tectonics, making up currents through oceans, all sorts of shit. I'm like figuring
Really?
out where certain types of trees would actually grow and where they would like be on the map based on like how they
That
would...
is a hell of a lot of detail.
Naru,
Yeah.
in this map, there is a town called Fraggle Rock. If
I mean,
that
like,
lets
the
our listeners know.
town
Castletown.
or depot.
Or Depot.
Yeah.
You are shitting me.
So-
That is funny.
No.
the best part is because our DM was like, yeah, it's in the town over. We're like, what's the name of the town? He goes, I don't know, what's the name of the town? We're like, what do you mean you don't know what the name of the... You know what? Fine, it's Fraggle Rock. That's what you get.
Yeah, and then like if you guys obviously need to go listen to Dungeons and Day Drinkers once we get to that point.
That'll be
But,
chapter 3.
When we throw down Fraggle Rock,
It'll be chapter 3. We're on
Justin-
chapter 2, so
yeah.
you got a couple episodes, but
Justin
Oh my
literally
God.
Just
twisted an entire thing to make it related
On
to
the fly.
1980s show Fraggle Rock.
On
So
the
like,
Shouts out to Justin. He
It's awesome.
actually crushed that. We always come up with like some weird shit because like, yeah, what's the town? Yeah, who's in the party? I don't know. Tell me what they look like. And then we tell him, and he's like, "Fuck, okay, I guess I'll make a class for Oprah Winfrey."
Terry Crews, yeah.
Terry Crews, Oprah Winfrey, Matthew McConaughey, and Steve Buscemi,
Steve Buscemi.
are a team against our team in Dungeons and Day Drinkers.
Canon.
Yeah,
That is
He
canon.
made character sheets for them.
yeah.
There's a horse named Lincoln, all sorts of shit. So it's a lot of fun.
There's so much going on in Dungeons and Day Drinkers
Yeah.
that is absolutely ridiculous. We have a fat wizard.
We do.
I mean, come on.
Who
It is
eats
a lot of fun.
sandwiches.
It's great. It's like a fat Gandalf.
Other than cartography, though, I guess I have been traveling a ton for work, which is why I haven't been on the show in a super long time. Which
Well,
is
none
why I
of us have
also
been on the
have coronavirus. Yes, I actually went to Long Beach. I was at a photo shoot,
Nice.
and Within 30 minutes of getting there, just a fucking shootout across the street. Cops.
Dude, I told you, Long Beach is ghetto as fuck.
Jesus.
Cops like shut the whole like shoot down. Everybody going everywhere. All the famous people got put in like armored cars and were like within 30 minutes. And I was like, all right. I was just like sitting there drinking coffee. It was like, how are you not scared? And I was like, you're hiding in a fucking tent. If you're gonna get shot, you're gonna get shot. It's not gonna do shit. Like
Right.
going over there in that tent is not gonna do shit if there's a drive-by. Like I'm gonna sit here and drink my coffee. The sun's out, and I live in Portland, and there's no sun there.
I could probably read the text messages between Brandon and I. He was like, "Yo, dude, I'm going to Long Beach." I was like, "Dude, that place is ghetto as fuck. They have good ass burritos though." I think that was our conversation.
Yeah, I did go to a taco spot. It was really good.
Dude, I'm telling you, Long Beach has got some good burritos.
Yeah. Every
That's it, though.
Mexican restaurant there is just like the first name of somebody.
Dude,
Just Jose's.
you guys
Juarez.
ever make it to California, always go somewhere that ends in O's. Okay?
Okay.
Alfredo's, Alberto's,
Ricos.
Rogerios.
Ricos.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If it ends with an O and it's some dude's first name, and
This would be
the
good.
only person that speaks English there is limited to 5 words,
It's just gonna be good.
you got your spot, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've been traveling a lot, and because of coronavirus, actually today I canceled one of my flights and rebooked it, so I saved like $200, and now it's not a red eye anymore. It's fucking dope. So I'm taking advantage of the coronavirus by traveling more.
Yeah.
I'm taking advantage of the coronavirus by
I'd probably do the same if I had anywhere I wanted to go real quick. Or
Oh no,
that
I don't want to go to these places. I'm going to like shit places. You just have to. I'm using it. I'm helping the company out.
But you know what? These little shit places may not even have the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Unless you go to Long Beach. They're all infected.
For
dude.
sure.
Oh yeah, I'm
Like-
going to places that are definitely affected like that. I'm going to like West Palm Beach
Oh, yeah. No, that's gross.
on like spring break. Like, it's like spring break.
Yeah, you're going to catch more than coronavirus.
California's down, man.
The spring break canceled.
I hope so.
Dude, this coronavirus canceled so much shit, man.
It's nuts.
It's so ridiculous. Anyway, Rue, what have you been up to? Except, living through coronavirus.
Actually, in my case, the coronavirus kind of brought some interesting, because our office is in the
Dude, do
Netherlands.
we
and
all
they had,
seriously have coronavirus stories?
Yeah, everybody does. Mainly, in my case, it's 2 things. One, they, it's gonna sound funny, but my role means I kind of liaise with the HR, so I kind of had to decide if we're gonna all come to work or stay home. And then I couldn't just make the decision because in the Netherlands they had like more people sick from the coronavirus than we did, and they were just like everybody's still going to work. So it was like shit. Well, they're going to work. We can't just punk out and say yeah we're not going to go. Then that became an issue. So I just told the guys, listen, if we see 2 cases, then we all get to work. And then we saw 2 cases, then 3, then 6. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. And then HR sends out some letter, and everybody still has to go to work. So I'm like, okay, cool. We'll still go to work. Besides that, though, as you guys know, I moved to a new house, and it's
Congratulations.
Thank you. Still trying to get shit out of boxes. There's a lot of things in boxes, so now I can't tell. I mean, you think you labeled things well, and then suddenly you're not entirely sure what that labeling meant. There was no structures.
It's like the notes you take for Dungeons and Dragons. Like you come back to the next session, you're like, I had shell portal red. I don't know what any of that means, but we did it last session. So
I mean, there's a box called bedroom extras. I'm like, I couldn't remember what went into the extras.
When you move,
the lube.
Just all the lube and dildos.
Those were in the box marked bedroom main objects. So, absolutely.
Like when you move, I like to think of it like like when you put something somewhere, right? Like you could take your wallet, right? You take it out of your pants and you go, you know what? I'm gonna put it here because I'll never forget it, right? And then like the next morning, you're like, oh fuck. Where did I put that wallet? I knew I was gonna put it, and you put it somewhere so stupid.
Every time.
That's moving.
Yeah.
Cause like, oh yeah, I'll put it in this box because I'm gonna label all this together. And then you get to the new place, and you're like, fuck it, go buy another one.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't even.
Yep.
Like,
100%.
And that's another thing, because like after the move, I'm finding myself looking at shit and thinking, okay, this is old. I probably because we moved here as AT&T, so I don't have like Google Fiber anymore, and that just broke my heart. So I had to get a new router because I wasn't impressed with the one they had. So I went and bought this 300 plus Wi-Fi router,
Nice.
and my wife's just looking at me like, this must have cost a lot. So I hit the receipt because I just don't want to get into that conversation. What it costs. So I am definitely not the cheap guy. She literally has to police me, otherwise I will spend a shit ton of money and stuff and not be sure what I did afterwards. So that's another thing.
Like the Millers. What's up?
No, I was just gonna say, but I wrapped all of that shit up this week by starting to binge watch the latest season 3 of Castlevania. So that's been
Nice.
I saw that came out, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Castlevania?
Yep, I'm about halfway through.
We've been working our way through season 2 of Altered Carbon.
Oh, I finished that 2 weeks ago.
With Anthony Mackie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am about to start. I know.
He is
It's
so
been out
good,
for a
man.
week.
We started back at season 1 because my wife didn't watch season 1 with me the first time, and I hadn't seen it in so long. So we're halfway through season 2 now.
My wife does not like the Altered Carbon, like Blade Runner,
Oh yeah.
like stuff.
Vibe.
What's up?
The vibe.
Yeah, she doesn't like that, so I get to watch myself. But dude, we watched. We binged Hulu original between Stephen King and J.J. Abrams.
The
It
what?
is a
The what
mind
original? Your
fuck.
internet sucks tonight.
Hulu. It's probably because my wife is watching or looking up stuff about Castle Rock. So it's Stephen King stories. Can you guys hear me?
You sound like a robot that's taking it from behind, but kind
Are
of.
you fucking kidding me?
I heard
I
that.
think
We all just start talking like we're going through a tunnel just to screw with Jason.
Yeah, you should.
Wait, we all freeze at the same time,
I'm
so he
about to
thinks
get
his
so
computer
fucking
stopped. Yeah.
Anyway, so all right,
Castle
we're
Rock.
watching Castle Rock,
Okay.
and it's a show, Stephen King's universe with J.J. Abrams directing.
That's dope.
Oh, that would be good.
So it's got 2 seasons. We watched both seasons. The first season takes place in Shawshank Prison, so it was
Where?
really fucked up. And the second season, this lady Tank and Naru don't even like scary shit. Okay, good, because this lady. Fucking
Dude, yeah, dude, your internet's.
All right, hey, you guys might have to finish this one without me. I'm so pissed. I'm about to go fucking shake someone.
You might. I have a good. I can send you a link to a good router.
No, I have good internet. I don't know what's going on.
Oh man, you might have many devices on it or something. I don't know, because that was my issue. But hey, listen, Castle Rock sounds cool for one simple reason: the names you call. I mean, anything J.J. Abrams does usually comes out like at the very least intriguing, right? I am not a Stephen King guy at all. I will probably not watch it just for that reason alone. So I guess Tank and I come up with something else for us to talk about because we are done with Castle Rock.
I want to watch Castle Rock hella hard.
Of course you do.
I did just start the most recent season of Peaky Blinders though. I forgot about that. I started that last night. It came out like a fucking month ago or 2 months ago or more.
Yeah, I remember Jason talking about it.
Yeah, I love Peaky Blinders, dude. They're so sick. But
I saw a clip and I thought, yeah, no. Like,
they did.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah. To this day, I'm still surprised I watched Stranger Things season 1. I think the hype just got to me. Like, oh my god, you gotta see the show! Oh my god, you gotta see the show! And I watched it from beginning to end, thinking, oh, okay, cool. But then I knew that from season 2 they were going to escalate anything and everything. So I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
I don't know what
You see
these
this,
numbers-
Tank?
66 down and 367 up.
What's that even mean?
Typically, it's the other way around.
Yeah, your down's not great right now.
He looked this stuff up. How
No, it was a speed test.
He looked it up. It's a speed test.
do you do that?
You go to
Brandon, I worked in technology for a little bit.
How do you do it?
Just download speed test something on your phone.
speedtest.net.
Anyway, yeah. Well, they have a website, but they also have an app you can download.
Yeah.
Go to it.
Yeah.
God, man, this shit.
Purposes only, we will go ahead and jump into.
Ew.
Look, mine is faster than Naru's. Why is mine shitty?
You probably just need to reboot all your shit. You should
Just rebooted the computer like 2 hours. Well, I didn't. My son is crawling now, and he went. And I was like, no, because I was right in the middle of actual work. And he was like, no. And then he just looks at me like,
What? Yeah.
what's
What?
my...
That's
I was
funny.
like, what? I see you
your
touching
finger
this
still
all
on
the
the power
time.
button.
That's funny.
He'd be like, I see you touch this all the time, Dad. I can't
No,
tell.
not the power button. I don't touch that crap.
My son came and watched me. I was on my PS4 early this evening after work because I worked remote today, and he was like, "Daddy, I thought you said during the school week you can't play the PlayStation." I'm like, "Yeah, I said so." And he goes, "Well, you're playing it." I'm like, "I don't follow the same rules as you."
I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
you're just gonna have to be okay with that.
No. That's what
You
you
just sat
say.
there trying to guilt
rock,
trip
paper, parenthood.
Rock paper.
Rock,
parent.
paper, parent. That's what I play with my kids.
That's funny.
Dad, you can't. Well, rock, paper, parent. You need to go read your book while I play video games. See you later.
That's
I
funny.
did a speed test, and I have no fucking clue at these numbers.
What is down?
Download?
Yes.
Yeah.
207.
207.
See, my upload is 300. Are you kidding me right now?
I get those kinds of numbers on my PlayStation. I'm like 3 up and then 200 and something.
Those
down.
aren't bad, Brandon. But
I'm hardwired. Let's see what my hardwired is.
Crack.
your hardwire is probably like super.
This is
good.
the real topic for tonight. How to test your internet.
I mean, we are the nerds.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk today.
Yeah. Not even TED Talks get more interesting than that.
Whoosh. That's what I'm talking about. I fucking love this internet. And this is the cheap internet from AT&T.
I love how you made.
What is yours?
Sound effects.
It's still going, but my down's about 350.
Those are baby numbers.
Typically, my down is 200, something like that. I don't know why it was 60.
So like recording this or like running Zoom or whatever the fuck we're doing actually.
Yep.
Does that use the download speed or the
It
upload?
uses both.
Yeah, you're using
So-
both.
You're downloading what we're saying, and you're uploading what you're doing. So where my upload was so high, you guys shouldn't have a problem, and it shouldn't have been laggy for me. But then it would have broke you guys up if my download was slow, which
Yeah.
is why I'm so mad. But
360
anyway.
down, 363 up.
Ew, I'm Tank.
Oh look, here's a wiener for my internet speed. It's so hard.
Wiener speeds. Fucking nerd. Anyway,
Hell yeah, I'm a nerd.
topic for tonight, so we can get
40
into
minutes.
it.
40 minutes later.
Yeah, 40 minutes. later. Quick topic, but there are two female lead movies coming up that one I'm like super excited about. The other one I'm sitting on the fence. Actually, I'm not even sitting on the fence. I'm not excited. I'll just go ahead and say it. I'm not excited at all. But we have Mulan coming out, and we have the Black Widow. Now, Mulan comes out at the end of this month.
It does.
Mulan comes out Black Widow comes out in May. I think beginning of May.
1st of May.
So, pretty close together. I just wanted to see what our thoughts were collectively. Go ahead, Brandon. What are you doing?
Well, this internet talk made me get my second beer.
I'm not drunk enough to talk this internet shit.
I don't know them their numbers. Give me some burr.
So we have Mulan and Black Widow, and I'll just be upfront. I do not want to watch a Black Widow movie. I thought that I don't want to see that. Like, she should have been written off like the rest of them. I don't want to see that shit.
I don't think it's to any surprise of anybody that majority of us on this show are not Black Widow fans. We've talked about it like every time we talk about the Avengers. We're like, yeah, I mean, like the character in the comic is cool as fuck. The character in the movie,
Okay.
I think
Let me tell you when I fell in love with Black Widow. Like before that, I thought, yeah, it was the first time she gets introduced in the Avengers movie,
Which was tight.
where she's tied up in a chair and she basically pretends to be captured and she's taking all kinds of notes and getting this guy to give her all kinds of information and they tell her Barton's been compromised and she goes, hold on a second, I'll put you on
Fucking
hold.
wrecks
And
those
she
people.
wrecks every single one of those guys and then takes the time to grab his shoes and then stroll out of there.
No, but
Like-
can we say she has gone like this since?
that's like comic book Black Widow stuff.
Yeah, that is
That's why we're
badass
like,
Black
that's
Widow.
the cool shit.
I was going to say the second thing I liked in it was how she took Loki out. Like the Master of Mischief and she outsmarted him to get
Oof.
his plan.
But that was like
Same
the
movie.
first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
you have to look at like what, the second Avengers movie, like
Oh,
Age of
the
Ultron.
Avengers.
with,
Wait, they made her a love
Hulk
interest?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Hulk love interest, and then the
That
third
was-
and the fourth where she's like a crybaby and okay, I get it. Like you feel like the weight is on your shoulders because Cap like bounced out, but come on, like that's not the Natasha that the comic books gave us.
Alex and I too give it. We actually put it more on Scarlett Johansson because we're not huge Scarlett Johansson fans. Outside of like Lost in Translation, that's the movie. But like, it's almost like them writing the character to fit her more as an actress in the like later stuff of like, oh,
Yeah.
she's well known for these types of movies. Let's write this type of stuff into
I can see that.
the script a little bit more is what we feel like. And we're just not like huge Scarlett Johansson fans. She's also really good in Her, but she's not really in it. It's just her voice.
Well, here's the thing. I think, for me, I agree with you in that I think it was kind of a misstep to try to humanize her so much because Black Widow's best as an anti-hero type, like the person who she's
Like the
gray
Punisher,
areas.
Yeah.
like a female. Not,
I mean,
not
she's-
as bad as the Punisher.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
as
not
much.
as-
You guys know what I'm saying.
Like a weapon. To
Yeah.
use.
Yes.
Like a Wolverine. Like a Wolverine. Like you
Okay.
really don't
Yeah,
know.
Wolverine.
Like she could come across as, oh, I like to hang with her, and then she takes out two guys and you're like, okay, scary. That's the kind of person she is.
What was that
Yeah.
movie, Hannah, where the little girl gets
yeah,
trained to be an assassin? Like
Yeah.
that is Black Widow. Like
Pretty much. Like that's the stereotype, right? Well, that's the archetype right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
like
I don't think. Here's the thing. I don't think. How do I phrase this? I think the creative choices to take her that route were not great, but I do think, regardless, Scarlett Johansson knocked it out of the park in her performances in those roles. As the love interest, I didn't think it was a right choice because I couldn't see her in Banner at all. But
it was
since they
supposed to be
decided to
her
go
and
there,
Hawkeye. Like
Right.
her and Clint Barton. That was supposed to be the love interest.
And then they gave him a family.
Which
Yeah.
I dug the family side.
Yeah.
Because like grand scheme,
Mhm.
right? That's how we get Ronin, and that shit was tight.
Yep.
But like,
I mean, even if we never got Ronan, I like the fact that this guy he's definitely the most ordinary of all of them in so many ways. Like that appealed to me. And I also like the fact that that's where you see her caring for him. The fact that the human Clint Barton saw the human potential in her and pulled her out of the mess that she was in and humanized her. So like I said, it worked for me. I could let that go. But I do miss the times they showed her intelligence, her wit, the fact that she would know she was playing multiple levels of chess, like 3D chess with everybody at all
Like,
times.
But-
early, the first movie.
Yes.
Like, that was her. And then after that, it was almost like flying by the seat of your pants. Like you're very talented at what you do.
Mhm.
Not like
Like I wasn't a fan of her first appearance though. Like her first appearance in Iron Man 2 to me was like,
Oh,
Okay.
I'm talking about the
Like-
first Avengers movie. What you were just talking about.
Yeah, I'm just saying that first Avengers movie is when I fell in love with her. Like I love this Black Widow.
But like they were,
Now
they
we
were
know what she's
writing
about.
the character really well at that point. And I think
Right.
after that they tried to write, which, like you said, Scarlett Johansson knocked it out of the park, in the sense of she knocked out what they wrote for her out of the park. 'cause
Right,
I
right.
think that she's good at. I feel like instead of writing what Black Widow, what everybody wanted Black Widow. Maybe not everybody. Fuck, I can't speak for everybody. But like writing what we.
I'd
would
say
like,
safely most people.
Comic nerds.
like that very first movie, and letting
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson like stay outside of her comfort level and like try to crush that shit.
Well,
Yeah,
I-
it's not
I'd
writing
say-
anymore
I
as a
think
sister.
I think they like brought the comic level down to the actors and actresses who are playing these roles just a little bit. Like, and that's on all accounts, like Cap, Thor, Black Widow. But I think everyone else understood, like, hey, Captain America is the Boy Scout. Like, this
Right.
is what I do. So it's like, okay, you know, so then it was kind of okay when that happened. But with the Black Widow, she's like, oh no, you know, the caring, that's not really who she is.
Yeah.
And if it is, it's deep. You know what I mean? Like, she's not gonna sit there and cry because, you know, her friends are gone. She's gonna figure out a way to bring it all back and then like internalize that and become an alcoholic like everyone else.
Hey,
Which I-
second beer.
Yeah. Cheers.
Well, regardless of all of that, I am looking forward to seeing this movie. And a big part of why I'm looking forward to seeing the movie is Taskmaster. Everything I've seen.
I post about it today.
Say again?
I saw a post about Taskmaster today
Uh-huh.
where it was like showing him like studying her and like kind of like
Yeah.
the nuances and stuff. And I was like, that's actually cool of like how detailed they're like making that character. I think.
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster's entire thing is he watches what you do, and then he has photographic memory or something. He basically stores everything, even his muscles, the muscle memories, right? The skills, everything you do in front of him just once. He only has to see it once, and he just absorbs that into himself. But if you notice, even in the trailers we've seen him using moves of the Avengers. You can tell he studied every single one of them. Like he's used Cap's shield throw. He's used.
He has his own shield in the comics because of Cap.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's also got the Wakanda Forever cross with the with the claws coming out, and I'm like, I'm seeing moves he's doing. I'm thinking, okay, I want to see just how well they demonstrated this guy is a mimic with deadly skills. Like he will just pick what you have and throw it back at you. But having said that, the action sequences I've seen, everything I've seen, like there's a scene that not Natasha, her sister, in the movie pulls off in one of the elevators or something. Like the fight scenes in this movie are going to be killer because this isn't going to be one of those movies where you use powers. You know what I'm saying? Like this is going to be a movie where it's got to be some big time badass wit, clever story writing, and action all the way. So I'm hoping for a ride. Like I want to go there and see like an extended Cap versus Bucky style fight. Those fights that happen in Winter Soldier. I want to see some shit like that just go all the way through. I do feel bad though that she's dead. So where's this going? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if you do this, where's?
Yeah,
I
that's
do
kind of a
want
weird
it to
choice.
do well. Like I do want it to be good, to kind of like, because this is really the first thing after everything happened to be like, yeah, we're still making shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
Marvel is still making movies. We're still gonna do stuff. Please, audience, stay with us, even though we're just like murdering people left and right. Like, so like,
Honestly-
I want it to do well for that reason. Like, I want it to do well so that way people don't jump ship from Marvel. Or from Marvel movies and stuff like that.
Thinking like Endgame was it.
Right.
Yeah, they'll
Right.
be like, yeah, you can't come back from Endgame, whatever. They did this huge thing, and now you're gonna start making these movies that we got a million years ago. I wouldn't think that way.
Especially this one.
So, yeah, if people who like came in at the end of the Avengers era or aren't really like comic book nerds or don't have a
My
fucking
wife
podcast
is
on
the
comic
perfect
book
example.
Yeah. Someone who's like, they're just an average everyday viewer of Marvel movies.
Who jumped in at the end.
Yeah, and they saw that story out. I don't know, like Harry Potter. A lot of people liked Harry Potter, and they never even went and saw like Fantastic Beasts or something because they're like, no, the Harry Potter stuff is done. I just
Yeah.
wanted to see that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
I don't even know what Fantastic Beasts. I love Fantastic Beasts,
But you could almost say, like, if you watched everything Marvel up to Endgame, that's a complete story. You don't need anything past.
yeah,
Right.
Just like just watching Harry Potter's story.
Yeah, so that's why I want this to do well. So it kind of bridges the gap for like the next wave of stuff that is going to lead up to the next full story.
How are they gonna do that?
I was about to
I think-
say.
I have no fucking clue how they're gonna do that. I hope this movie does. Like, I hope it's good enough to keep people entertained and still watching Marvel movies instead of just giving up on them.
Since this is a prequel to like actual
To
Endgame.
what?
Well, it's before Endgame. We know that.
Yeah, you know.
But I'm hoping that the post-credit scene is introducing one of the new characters that we know is coming, like Shang-Chi or Moon Knight, you know, or something like that. But or even something else like Nova or something like that. Like, I don't know how you would introduce Nova. I could see like Shang-Chi like getting introduced in the post-credits of the Black Widow.
Yeah.
Because no superpowers, he doesn't really have superpowers, and then he's introduced at the end, and it's just like that. But that would lead up kind of like the whole Captain Marvel scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly-
Pager goes off, Captain Marvel.
I agree with you, but they just I don't know, man. It's just no matter what they do, over this movie's gonna hang the fact that this woman we were seeing died. So every single thing they're doing in this movie, like even the end credits usually kind of spins out of the movie itself. So unless they introduce the threads of the end credits in the movie itself, you know what I mean? Like the way you'd end with somebody doing something, we already saw the person in that movie.
I think the problem is this movie is coming out when it's coming out. This movie doesn't affect anything going forward. So like if this movie had come out last year or even like next year and there was already like other main storyline movies, it's like cool, this is just a one-off, like I can go watch it. But it's because there's nothing else going on, there's no other big movies coming out this year. It's kind of like, why? It's literally they're like, oh shit, we need to fill this year because we're basically taking a year off.
It could introduce something in the post credits, and it will have a post credit scene.
Sure.
And it's gonna have an Easter egg to something Phase 4. Like
it's gonna have to be whatever female stuff is coming up down the pipe, whether it's Scarlett. So it's not gonna be any of the TV show stuff. It's got to be
here's
whatever.
my thing, though. Scarlett Johansson and the Black Widow, right? They're not going to be tied to any of the TV stuff. I know that.
Right.
They're going to try and keep pushing people to theaters. But when we looked at, what was it, Endgame, I think. Yeah, Endgame. The lady push in Endgame, right?
Yeah.
Everyone is like, damn, the Wasp is a great leader. It should have been the Black Widow, because everyone is like, we have ties to the Black Widow. Like, she had taken over once Cap was gone. Like, Cap had so much. But when you talk about an all-female team, no one is saying the Black Widow should have been a leader. Like, at the beginning maybe, but now it's like, well, the Wasp is great. You know, some people say Captain Marvel, but those people suck dick, so whatever. Yeah, everyone knows that the Wasp is the fucking leader.
No, that lady from Wakanda. She's
Either one of them, right? Shuri
but
or the
she's-
general.
Yeah, they're extremely intelligent, but I'm telling you, like, the Wasp is. But anyway, let's jump from that point. Action movies, strong female lead, and get to the movie that I'm actually excited about, Mulan. Yo, this is like the Disney princess movie that I actually watched as a kid.
Because
And I
she's
was,
a
like,
badass.
super stoked. The
'Cause she's a
cartoon
badass.
Mulan is a badass, okay?
Yeah.
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 I mean, that movie put some hair in your chest no matter what.
Dude, I still get chill bumps when I'm like, let's get down to business. Oh, yeah, chill bumps. Like, I'm gonna make a man.
Yeah.
And they cut out the songs.
It's one of the it's one of the reasons for my fascination with Chinese culture. It's
really?
for sure. Like seeing that movie as a kid is like, okay, this is like all the cool. This is like where all the cool shit is. Like all the cool martial arts, all the cool spiritual aspects of it. Yin Yang's big thing. I mean, the Koi fish is kind of Japanese, but it's kind of. And so
seeing that movie as an adult did nothing for me.
I had the Chinese dragon. Where is it on this side of the arm?
Wow.
So it's like and so I cannot wait to see. I know in this movie they've said some of the spiritual stuff they've left out. I think it's a little more practical, which is fine because I'm also a huge Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon fan. So if we get like Crouching Tiger except Disney and high budget, I'm fucking down. Like that is.
So, I think it does have like that aspect of it. Because did you see the like? I don't know if it's new or extended, but where they're running off the walls and fucking fighting on the walls.
Yeah.
Yo,
It's ill.
Yeah.
So
I saw that and thought, this is a superhero movie. This is a superhero movie.
I've got
That's that shit.
I've got 3 names, Tank. 3 names from this movie. Now, not to mention that the actress that's playing Mulan is like a badass martial artist.
Oh, dope.
Okay, she's awesome. Donnie Yen, Jet Li, and Jason Scott Lee. Jason Scott Lee will be playing Khan. Jet Li is the Emperor, and Donnie Yen is Commander Tong.
Dude.
Like, are you fucking kidding? Like, dude,
Any excuse, man. Any excuse to see
that.
that.
I took gymnastics because I looked up to Jet Li as a kid.
I didn't know that. That's
I
dope.
wanted to learn how to do a backflip because I was like, I want to fight like that. My dad was like, that's not fighting, that's gymnastics. Fuck it, I'll take gymnastics.
Okay, fine. I'll do gymnastics.
I learned how to do a backflip and I quit. Yeah, I love it. But so this is not so much based on the cartoon Mulan, the Disney.
Right, yeah.
It's more based on the like
The historical
story
epic.
as it is told, like in history.
Yeah.
That passed down.
So you're saying it's factually accurate?
Not facts. Like saying, "Oh yeah, King Arthur." Facts.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is based more in. It will
Reality.
have more like legitimate culture pieces.
Right.
Compared to the Disney Mulan. Like
Well, this
not
is the
everybody
Disney
had a little
Mulan.
dragon following you around with the voice of Eddie Murphy.
It's a dragon, not a snake. I don't do that tongue thing.
I don't do that. Nice.
I don't do that tongue.
Very
Good point.
funny, but like will not be in this movie.
Right.
Or the
Well,
song.
so-
I mean, I'm sure they'll have music. I mean, unless you're No Country for Old Men or whatever, you're gonna have music in it.
They won't be singing.
Yeah. I don't think
Yes,
it'll be
but-
her like singing.
You don't think so?
I don't think
It's still a Disney princess movie.
Yeah, but
It'll be her singing. songs.
dude,
I think
look
they're
up-
going like traditional Chinese movie making. There will be songs. Maybe she sang it, but she's not going to be singing it while
no, this chick's not singing.
she's not singing.
I think the best we're gonna get
She's
is we're gonna hear some songs in the background, like part of the score, and that's it.
It's gonna sound like Ama's house at lunch when she starts watching her fucking
True.
soap operas.
True. Let's see.
That's fun.
Yeah. So I am super stoked about this movie for sure.
Yeah. I can't.
Well, actually, I think she might be singing.
I told you, dude. It's a
It just says
if you look at
her
Aladdin,
song, Mayonaka Nodoya, was recorded by Sony Music. So she is now. I guess she's a martial artist who also sings.
it'd be way. I would imagine. Actually, I don't know if it'd be easier to teach a singer martial arts or a martial artist to sing, but I mean, it's still
Martial artist to sing.
probably. But if you look at Aladdin, if you look at Beauty and the Beast, if you look at fucking Cinderella, she's gonna have to sing some version of what's the Looking Back at Me when she's like she wipes half her makeup off, and Let's Get Down to Business.
Like obviously she sings because Jason looked it up. But I don't think you have to because now you have Ray. You have Disney is much bigger than it used to be.
But this
Like
But see, that's a standalone movie. That's a fresh. That is a new you're not remaking a Disney classic that is built upon the songs that it has in it.
But
I'm saying, like, from now moving forward, I don't think they have to make
to
them
the point, if you watch The Lion King, they got rid of all that goofy shit when he's singing "I Just Can't Wait to Be King," and "I Just Can't Wait to Be King" lasted like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And he sang for like 30 seconds, and I really wanted to see it go all cartoony and like acid trippy, and he didn't. And
I mean, I'm not saying that, right? Like,
I'm saying I don't think they have to moving forward.
yeah,
Like they have in the past. I understand what you're saying. In
Yeah.
the past we have, but I'm saying with the current movies that Disney can put out because they own everything, they don't have to. They could be like, we are going to make
yeah,
a Chinese martial arts movie, and if that's just using other music playing in the background, we can do that because we're fucking Disney.
yeah.
And we don't have to. That was like other people being like, to have this movie, you have to have Mushu. You put Genie back in Aladdin. Why aren't you putting Mushu in Mulan? And it's like, you don't have to. You're Disney.
Yeah.
You do whatever the fuck you want. And you write your own rules.
Yeah.
Brandon's got a good point. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be good. Probably. You have enough money to throw at it.
Right.
Because you could definitely replace Eddie Murphy as Mushu, but no one can replace Robin Williams. Not even you, Big Willie.
And he did a good job. I liked Will Smith's Genie, but
He did, and I gotta say, you can't really replace Eddie Murphy as Mushu, man. Mushu was iconic. I'm playing at your house. I'm playing on you. I mean, come on. That's
dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow.
Dishonor on your cow.
Robin, I can't see anyone else doing Genie other than Robin Williams. Like, and I'm like a huge Will Smith fan, like, and I have been forever, but just I can't. It breaks my heart.
Why they didn't do the Genie the same as the last Genie, which is what people are upset about.
Anyway,
funny enough, the reviews I've seen are great though. Like, I took time to kind of
for Mulan.
I saw somebody posted like critics reviews.
I didn't know they were already.
Yeah, they're already out. I just thought, let me just take a look.
Yeah.
And every single one I saw, like I saw like 11. Solid, good, great. Nobody said this is trash. I'm like, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah, I did see Rotten Tomatoes. It was like, hey, the first reviews are in and these shits are good. So
these shits are good.
That's what they said. Quote me. No, but the only thing I think would be cooler, which probably like 99% of America wouldn't. I wish it was in like Mandarin.
Dude, I would be so down.
Subtitles?
I wish it was subbed.
Bro.
Dude, I would be. Problem is, it's
play that shit.
If it comes out and it's dubbed though, I would also be hyped and be like, everybody thinks this shit was just English, and you showed up and their mouths are moving different. I'm like, I gotta deal with what I did growing up, my whole life. This is the shit we would watch all the time.
Dude, I would
love that shit.
I'd be so down to watch it in subtitles.
Because a ton of Jet Li stuff is subbed.
Yeah.
Like he does a ton of like classical Chinese.
Mainstream America would fucking hate it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mainstream America would hate it.
Right.
But like I would love for like them to go to the fucking theater.
Mainstream
and be like,
America.
Be like, oh, I can't wait to watch this. It's gonna be just like the animated movie, but more Chinese.
More Chinese.
It's like, okay, it's dubbed. And they're like, why ain't they lips moving at the same time? And I would be fucking stoked. And then when it comes out on like DVD and Blu-ray, like, or download, I guess, you could get both. Like, you get a sub version and a dubbed version. Oh, dude.
Yeah, you guys are on your own with that, because like I can barely tolerate My Hero Academia that I can't get the dub version up to date, because every time I go to try to watch the dub versions, it's always like 6 episodes behind. So now I caught up and started watching the subs, which annoys the hell out of me because I'm really into the voices and the dubs. Now you're suggesting I go see Mulan dubbed in Mandarin? No, I mean, yeah.
My favorite thing.
I am so not what you call mainstream America, but I like to look, and sometimes I want to look away and just listen, and I don't want to have to. Oh my god, what did I miss? No.
I guess it's not mainstream America; it's mainstream English.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the IMDb, right, and I'm like trying to see like, oh, okay, this is cool. and then like they have the female Mulan on one side, and then like the warrior Mulan on the other side, and I'm like, yo, as a warrior, you're wearing fucking lip gloss. Like, if that's not like an indication, like, yo, it's not
From New
2020 when Mulan is fighting, okay? Like, dudes ain't wearing lipstick and shit on the battlefield back then, okay?
She's from New York, Lil Mama. Her lip gloss be popping.
You are so right.
Popping, bro.
Like I had to go look. He's right. I mean, that is ridiculous. She got her lips
get that lip
glowing.
gloss on.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Every man in a movie has fucking makeup.
Oh, for sure.
Look at Braveheart. Motherfuckers have like 10 hours in makeup.
They may take our lives, but they'll never take our lipstick. Oh, no.
2 strong female leads from Disney, 2 different corporations, 2 different sections of Disney. But you have 1 ticket. Which one are you gonna go see?
1 ticket, Mulan.
I'm gonna go see Mulan.
I am definitely doing Black Widow. That's not even up for debate. Like,
Really? Wow.
I am booked into Marvel, man.
He's
Like, there's
scared,
just
he's scared of that sub shit.
I have 1 ticket. I'm gonna go
That
see.
sub shit.
Yeah,
I
man.
can't read fast enough in them yellower words on the
Hey,
bottom.
pause that movie. I didn't finish that last one.
My trifocals don't focus quick enough, right? So it's that simple. Like, listen, seriously, I'm not even playing. Like, I would not even think about it. Like, oh, which one are you gonna go see? That one, Black Widow.
That's funny.
That's simple.
Dude, my favorite.
I will safely say I might never see Black Widow, so that's not... I'm not down for it. Alex isn't down for it. Means I got no reason to watch it.
Now,
Unless the reviews come out and they're like, best Marvel movie ever. Kill your
Unlikely.
children to go see it. And you're like, oh.
Okay, I am not deceiving myself into thinking that this is gonna be like, oh my god, Wonder Woman. No, this is not
The
Wonder
next
Woman.
Winter Soldier.
Marvel already dropped the ball. They should have done this movie 7 years ago.
For sure.
At
well,
least.
also, Marvel's not going to make this the best movie ever because there is no other Black Widow anything after this.
Right.
Like,
More
well,
prequels?
here's the thing.
more
though.
prequels.
I'm
This is
actually
her
hoping
child.
this is their chance to
Go
get
Scarlett
Yelena.
Johansson.
This is a chance to get Florence Pugh to come replace Scarlett Johansson, though. If they keep her alive, like she could show up
Oh, the
in an after
sister.
credits scene. She could show up in an after credits scene and be the Black Widow going forward, because that's happened in the comics, right? So
That's probably the after credit scene. There you go.
Yep.
She's gonna be in the new Avengers. She is the new Black Widow because
No, thank you. If I have 1 ticket, I'm going to go see Mulan. You already know I'm waiting for that 98 Degrees cover. So
Faux show.
their whole
by the way,
fucking
did anybody
Mulan
go see
album
that
was-
movie after all?
What's that?
Yeah.
After all?
No, after I was gonna say it. I know we were talking about gonna go see My Hero Academia in theaters. Did anybody go see it?
No, I didn't go see it.
It was
I
just so
want
far
to.
away. I was like, I'm not driving all the way over there to go see this.
Dude,
I
Oh god,
want to see it, but I haven't. Because, like, my wife will not watch any kind of anime like that. So then I'd be like that one grown-ass man watching My Hero Academia by my fucking self.
dude, I
Might
was
as well wear fucking sweatpants and a stained white t-shirt.
Captain
Has
Sweat.
she seen My Hero Academia?
a D1 baseball pitcher that's just fucking jacked to go see Dragon Ball Z in theaters.
Dude,
It was the funniest shit ever because
Dude.
this dude's like wider than this camera. He's just like fucking no neck. He looks like Travis basically. Like we go see Dragon Ball Z together. Like fuck yeah, we like drove down to Birmingham.
I think going to see like a Marvel movie with Travis would be like the funniest thing ever. Because I feel like I would be reserved and he'd be like, "Bro, did you fucking see that shit? Oh, he just got his fucking head taken off. Oh, steroids."
Steroids.
He's
Steroids,
HGH.
it's just pre-workout. It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
I heard about a family. I think this guy posted how his parents, his mom's like in her 60s and she's an elementary school teacher, and she wanted to go see the movie. So she took her husband, who's also in his 60s or 70s or something, and they go see My Hero Academia in theaters without him. He was so shocked. So they went to see it, and then they came back with questions like, "What is this show? What is it about?" And he answered all the questions, and he tweeted about it. It went viral, and then Funimation sent them a code so they could watch, so they could binge watch the entire thing.
That's pretty
Man,
dope.
that is so dope. Yeah. And then I'm thinking, shit, I haven't seen it yet. This 70-plus-year-old person has gone and seen it. Oh man. Well, they are only a little bit older.
All right, guys. So Mulan, the Mulans have it. Sorry, Scarlett Johansson, but we really just don't care about your character.
I got you, ScarJo.
Hey.
I got you.
Yeah, if Naru is the only one that's got you, then you're in bad shape. But
Yes, you are.
Tank, tell them where to find you.
Yep, you guys can find me all over the internet at The Caped Critic. Make sure you check out Dungeons and Day Drinkers every other Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. This week's episode starts Chapter 2, so if you're looking for a good spot to jump in, you can either binge Chapter 1, or you can just start jumping at Chapter 2.
I mean, you might want to listen to Chapter 1 because you'll get confused, and it's all downhill from there.
Yeah, if you don't watch Chapter 1.
It's all downhill after the first episode. But Naru, tell them where to find you.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Naru the Nerd Guru. And if you happen to be wanting to go see Black Widow anywhere in the Gwinnett area, let me know. While these guys can go see Mulan. And if I catch any of you in the theaters after this, I swear to God, I will, yeah.
Well, if I've got 2 tickets, I'll go see Black Widow. But if I only got 1,
If I have 2 tickets, I'll see Mulan and something else. I hear they're doing a 98 Degrees story, so I might just go see that.
There's actually so many other things you can go see Bloodshot.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that later, but no. Then I saw Vin Diesel was doing Bloodshot, and I really don't care. You guys can find me at Houdini0333 on Instagram and the old tweet machine. And Brandon, tell them where to find you, buddy.
For all the people still on dating sites, you can find me on Facebook at bmiller425. Now they are a dating site.
oh, dude, the confidence with that one, dude, was great. It was so good. No one would ever know that you literally thought of that 10 seconds ago. That was.
Sometimes you don't got to get deep in your bag.
If you're still looking at dating sites, find me on Facebook.
Facebook is a dating site now. They have Facebook dating.
Do they really?
2020 is weird. I might bring back dating sites because
They
I saw
do.
some weird shit like a week ago, and I was like, "What in the fuck is happening?" And I was like, "I might have to bring this back." I don't think dating sites are going anywhere.
That's so
I think
funny.
they're going anywhere. People will always be lonely and sad.
They're looking for love.
There's like plenty of
And
100-year-olds on Facebook.
Anyway, hey, you can find all of our stuff, all of our social media plugs, everything like that at TheNerdsFromWork.com. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at NerdsFromWork, and you can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and anywhere else you find your podcast at The Nerds From Work. All one word. Hey, and from all of us here at the workplace.
Peace.
Peace.
Man,